Am I the asshole? For not paying my daughter's rent anymore due to her jealousy towards her sister. I have a 22 Sam and 14 Kathy daughters. Our family was dirt poor as Sam was growing up. It was a bad time overall. We knew something needed to change when Sam was 8, so I went to college at night. We could only afford a few classes a semester, so it took longer than 4 years. I finally graduated from when Sam was 14, but we were still poor even with the new much better job due to debt. When she was 18 it finally got a lot better. I got really lucky and ended up in a high-demand field. We went from struggle for food on the table to could go on vacation twice a year without problems. Kathy was 10 when we were much more stable, so her and Sam's childhoods are a lot different. Kathy can go to a nice school while Sam's school was a shit inner city public school. I don't have to buy from thrift stores anymore, she has an iPhone and so on. Now I pay for Sam to go to college without any debt, and she comes on all family vacations free, pay her apartment rent and so on. The problem is Sam is so jealous of her sister. The school is taking people on a trip to DC, and that's where all of this came to a head. Sam yelled at her sister about how she is a spoiled brat and told me I should treat her the same way she was growing up. That she should get hand-me-down clothes and have to go to a shit school. We got in a bigger argument about she believes I should be poor to her sister. I told her if she wants us to be poor so much then she can pay her own rent from now on. She called me an ass when she realized I was serious. She went to our aunts and they are on her side. Am I the asshole? I will give her a call, see if we can work this out. Look, obviously it's not okay for Sam to be acting this way, but come on. It's not like this kind of thing couldn't be seen coming a mile away. Sam will likely always carry some resentment for her childhood, especially when her sister doesn't know the struggles she had because of it. Threatening to cut her off is not going to help anyone. Never come to Reddit for advice about your adult children. These people don't have a clue. Most don't even have a goldfish, let alone a child, or know anything about parenting. You're the asshole because you're failing to realize how badly your oldest daughter's childhood hurt her. Yes, you're helping her now, but that doesn't undo the damage already done. Keep doing what you're doing that benefits each girl. Family therapy would be a huge benefit for everyone. Family therapy. You'll need a professional, not Reddit. I think you have probably been minimizing your older daughter's trauma. That's why she exploded. You're the asshole. You think buying her stuff now can just fix everything. I was that older sister. Sucks. Not the asshole. Wishing your own poor experiences on someone else who has it better than you is such a miserable mentality. Since she clearly understands how bad she had it, why would she ever wish that on someone else? I truly hope Sam is able to get over herself. I really love hearing success stories like this. My mom was in a similar situation when my siblings and I were young, multiple jobs, night school, living paycheck to paycheck. It's a lot better now and I'm glad it's the same for you. I'm proud of you, OP. Before vacations twice a year, you should have sent your kid to therapy, so she was best adjusted to the new financial realities and could be able to embrace the changes. You punished her for expressing her feelings. She did nothing wrong, she grew up hard. I'm sure you felt you did your best, but your kid was hurting OP. That doesn't just disappear. Please recognize that growing up in poverty has a huge negative impact on kids. Your daughter sounds like she has some significant emotional issues. Maybe instead of not paying her rent, which will reinforce her belief that you are unfair to her, offer to pay for therapy. Even make it a requirement of continuing to pay for school and rent. But you're the more mature adult and have a greater responsibility. Is Sam unfounded in thinking Kathy is a spoiled brat, or does she get to act like one and face no consequences for it? Did you think about paying for therapy? It seems Sam was very much affected by the years she spent in poverty. The 18 years that you struggled. You were poor and decided to have another child, making those next 10 years even tighter. Kathy does get all the bonuses. Sam is drowning and you aren't helping. Therapy. You're the asshole for how you handled it. I imagine you went around much when she was growing up and probably has some shit to work through. Who knows what her school was like, etc. Being poor is hard, as you know. She needs to get over it, but you need to help her learn how to. Look, you would be TA for not taking care of her now. She grew up in poverty and it must be painful to watch her sister have a much better childhood with much better opportunities. Most likely she feels unloved and unseen. You need to try family therapy with her. Her childhood was not her fault, but it was yours and you have to handle the repercussions of that with care. I see myself in Sam so much. My sister had and still has the childhood I would pray for and more as a kid. I'm so jealous, I try not to be, but it hurts knowing that my suffering didn't make anything change. And I can't help feeling sad when my sister brags about all of her expensive game consoles and toys that she just leaves on the ground. Your daughter is hurt and needs support, not whatever shit you just pulled. Apologize and do something that brings out her inner child, just the two of you. OP, children growing up in poverty fundamentally changes their DNA. Until you understand that, you can't see how her very foundation childhood is who she grew from. It wasn't about not having the latest technology, but if she had to worry about clothing, food, the basic needs, you won't understand her. You don't mention if she was raised in a single-parent home, but it sounds like you think having a couple vacations a year should somehow repair what she experienced as a kid. I'm going to go against the grain here. You are trying to help Sam now, to make up for what she missed out on, and that's good, but you need to sit down and talk this out, with compassion and understanding. And listen hard, because maybe Sam is kind of right. Maybe her younger sister is a bit spoiled, isn't appreciative of what she has, and needs to be given a little less, and be taught some survival skills, just in case her life doesn't turn out to be one of ease. Get her into therapy. You're the asshole if you don't do that. Most colleges provide free counseling services. Your eldest daughter needs it, and maybe some family sessions. Stop threatening her. Congratulations, you ruined your relationship with your oldest daughter in an instant. It's less about being an and more of you not realizing how much your older daughter suffered growing up compared to your younger one. You didn't put why your youngest was called a spoiled brat. Did she get upset she didn't get something? You need to understand your oldest daughter had completely different upbringing than your youngest. How much they missed out of because you didn't have money. You're the asshole not for having more means when a second child came around, but for considering cutting off the eldest financially to teach her a lesson about jealousy. Of course she's jealous of younger sibling, it's not anyone's fault, but she was treated differently and it feels very, very unfair. The solution to that is not to treat her even more unfairly on purpose. That will just make her general resentment stronger and targeted. Yes, you're the asshole if you stop paying her rent. Of course she's jealous, sad, hurt, and feels betrayed. I agree. The folks that recommended family therapy. Poverty is effing hard as a child, and it makes perfect sense that Sam feels resentful. It seems like you love your kids and you're doing the best for them, so don't ruin your relationship with Sam now over money. What have you done to make up for the gap between sisters? Kathy gets better stuff and better opportunities. Sam got none of that while growing up. You support her financially, but presumably you'll do the same for Kath when she reaches the same age. So what are you doing to make up for it? Kathy gets a huge head start in life that Sam never had. It sounds like Sam didn't even have her parents all that present while growing up. Or are you comfortable knowing you always have and always will have done more to support one kid than